Geologists from UNLV have confirmed some pretty unsettling suspicions, namely that an estimated 1 million acres right here in Clark County has asbestos in the rocks and soil. And naturally occurring asbestos was first found in the ground here back in 2013. Since then, the same scientists have proven that asbestos exists in 20% of the land in Clark County. And that includes acreage designated for off-road recreation and activity that will kick up big clouds of dust that are filled with asbestos fibers. The I-Team's George Knapp has the story.
I was into ATVs, off-road biking, metal detecting, a little bit of everything in the outdoors desert area. I did a lot of riding down around the dry lake bed and then south of that area.
For years, retired Metro officer Tom Chasey was a desert rat who breathed the dust stirred up in and around the El Dorado Valley dry lake bed. The same area is still used by off-roaders. It's hard to find any part of that range that doesn't have telltale signs of ATVs or to spot any hill not already sliced and diced by off-roaders. In 2018, Clark County, along with other government entities, began the process of designating 3 large parcels of public land to become official off-road recreation sites where ATVs and motorbikes could stir up as much dust as they might want. But in 2 of the 3 sites, there's a nearly invisible but deadly serious problem: asbestos.
We definitely do not recommend that those are good places to have an off-road vehicle recreation site.
Since 2013, Dr. Brenda Buck has been alerting public agencies to the very real health risks posed by NOA, naturally occurring asbestos. She and her colleague, Dr. Rod Metcalf, first confirmed the presence of NOA in rocks and soil in several locations, and they predicted it would be found over a much larger area. 6 years later, they've confirmed it. 1 million acres, maybe more, have NOA in the ground, about 20% of Clark County, from Mesquite and Gold Butte down to Laughlin, with Henderson and Boulder City in between. State health officials originally tried to suppress those findings, but when the word got out, it caused a 1-year delay in the construction of the I-11 bypass. Federal law requires asbestos protections for workers. Nevada has no such standard. Simply put, there is no such thing as a safe exposure level for asbestos.
We found that when we put the asbestos from the Lake Mead area in mice, that it was just as toxic as the Libby asbestos in Montana.
Which had killed a lot of people.
Yes.
Libby, Montana is the site of the deadliest environmental disaster in American history. Asbestos fibers, nearly identical to those found in Nevada, killed more than 400 people and sickened thousands more. Libby residents had also been assured there was no danger from the fibers, but they have a graveyard of evidence to the contrary. Ironically, ex-cop Tom Chasey didn't know until he moved to Libby that his own severe lung problem, diagnosed in Nevada as mere COPD, was actually the result of breathing asbestos dust while off-roading in the desert. In the ground, asbestos isn't much of a risk, but once it gets stirred up and airborne, the fibers can be carried for days and many miles. So putting off-road sites in areas known to have asbestos carries risks.
Avoid the dust as much as you can and pay attention to where they say this stuff is and don't go there.
George Knapp, 8 News Now.
Dr. Brenda Buck sent a detailed letter to Clark County last month to let them know about asbestos found at 2 of the 3 proposed off-road recreation sites. Now, the county sent us a statement today saying the new information will be part of any environmental review going forward.
So if you would like more information, including maps of where asbestos has been found in Clark County, we do have that on our website, along with advice for off-road enthusiasts about how to protect yourselves from deadly dust.